AITA for making fun of a white girl for being poor because she was being racist. NTA girl, you're a slur, do you eat bats? Roar of laughter. You're poor, OMG, she can't control that many. I'm a certified poor. I get $11k from FAFSA each year. For reference, and I didn't take this personally. Giving someone a taste of their own medicine to get them to stop isn't the same as starting it or actually believing those things. There's often this attitude among us that we don't want to be on the bottom of the totem pole, so my peers seem to latch onto the racist rhetoric they are fed. I may be poor, but at least I'm not a insert slur here. That's why she took it so hard. She was already doing it out of insecurity and that hit her where it hurts. Maybe she'll rethink next time. It's gross how well divide and conquer works on us. We won't get ahead until we realize we're on the same team. NTA, I feel for your situation and truly wish you well. But a certified poor may be the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. Thank you for that. And I hope things turn around for you soon. I always joke about my situation, so you have my blessing to laugh. I'm happy you laughed. Humor heals the soul. In exactly 1 year I'll graduate with my RN, and I'm looking at post-bac pre-med programs because I finally realized I can't let being poor kill my dreams. I even used school to land myself a decent paying nursing assistant job right in time for a pandemic. Go me. So I'm already doing better. Not everyone is so lucky to have the opportunities to escape like I have had, and I'm grateful. I don't know you, but I'm proud of you. NTA, in my opinion, I was made fun of for being gay as a kid and developed a sharp tongue by way of defense. I would often get in trouble for making kids cry, even though I was defending just myself. Just be careful how you hurt people and recognize that you have power and yield it with responsibility. I would love to hear some of your comebacks to pass on to my 12-year. He's trans and had a lot of problems at school last year, so I've tried to give him some good ones. X. Kid asks him some shitty question about his genitals and I said he could reply and did. Why are you trying to F me? Because that's the only reason they concern you. Also had some comments about his binder in the locker room and I suggested he reply with, are you cranky because you need one for your moobs? I love that kid so much and hate that he has dealt with this and the school has only been reactive, not proactive in supporting him. If you're that interested, I could recommend Some Good Surgeons is a really good comeback MO because it hits the Achilles heel of most transphobic people, while at the same time not being something your kid could land in trouble for. P.S. Tell your child that a random stranger from across the world sends his regards. NTA, it seems like you put up with a lot. I'm sorry. While you clearly know it's not good to stoop to a bully's level, this girl had it coming after all the nasty s she said. People can only tolerate so much abuse before lashing out. Maybe she'll learn that. At least she's left you alone and you're switching schools. Also, your school is tough for not taking her behavior more seriously. Schools never help, they actually make it worse. NTA. FR. As a kid I used to get bullied for being one of the few black kids in school. When I reported it to the school, they locked me and my bullies in a room and told us no one could leave until they had apologized. Made stuff a lot more difficult after that, and I had to get my parents involved. After my parents got involved with the bullying that happened to me, that had been going on for years. 3 boys were suspended, 1 permanently. The permanent one wasn't, just for when he put me through. He was in trouble a lot for other reasons. Schools do very little to help bullied kids. Your last sentence answered your own question. 1. It apparently worked, so who cares? 2. Burning bridges on your way out can be fun. When I was in middle school I moved multiple states away. The day before my last day was supposed to be, I stood up to one of the school bullies by getting into a fight with him. I didn't beat his ear or anything satisfying like that, but I got in enough punches to the face to give him a black eye and a busted lip. Needless to say I was pulled to the office and suspended for a week. Well, the next day I came in to give all my books back and I was treated like a fucking hero by the students I parried in the hall because he got suspended too. Where I transferred, had a week-long vacation the week I got there, and my suspension didn't carry over. All in all, a fun story. Good for you. I gotta say, the school admins are so useless. I feel like all they do is ignoring kids being bullied and punishing the ones who stand up for themselves. Schools suck. Yeah. My parents said I would only be in trouble with them if I hit first. Well, he threw a basketball at my face and that was that, lol. That was my parents' rule too, and my mom always said I better not start a fight, but if I'm in one I better be the one that ends it. NTA. Backing down to bullies never works. You have to hit back or they never stop. Yup, like all bullies and racists. She's acting superior because she feels wildly inferior. She is mediocre, pathetic, and terrified of being ostracized. So she tries to make you the outsider before anyone can oust her. Race is the one thing she can cling to, and you were right to shut that down. Adults should have dealt with this, but you handled yourself well. You struck the nerve that she was desperately trying to cover up. It's not her fault that she's poor, but I know a lot of poor people who manage not to be gross racist assholes. She saw you as an easy target and you proved her wrong. Wow, Retta, you just gave me a solid epiphany. Like all bullies and racists, she's acting superior because she feels wildly inferior. I've been trying for years to define why I despise racism in any form and you just nailed it to the wall. Thank you. I didn't look at prior user's name and thought you were about to break out some Rugrats knowledge. I then was like, WTF? Which episode of Rugrats was this? I remember Etta mostly saying rah. Tay, two wrongs don't make a right, but this was the only way to get her to stfu. Don't dish stuff out if you can't take stuff back. This is particularly true when you've already tried to write solutions, reporting, ignoring, and they were ineffective. This sort of thing should be a last resort. But thanks to the school admins being useless lumps of carbon, here we are at last resortsville. NTA serves that bully right. She shouldn't dish it out if she can't take it. I agree that you shouldn't make fun someone for something they can't change. But some people can't see how painful it is until they experience it themselves. Lol. I love it. NTA. Nothing is off limits when people come for you. She continued with her bullcrap, so you hit her back. End of story. You were born Asian. You can never change that. At some point she can change being broke. You had patience and you literally reached your breaking point. Usually it takes giving a bully a dose of their medicine for them to quit their crap. You may have given her some motivation to not be like her crap family. I agree with you on every point, except that it may be possible for the bully to stop being poor. Most people, in fact nearly all people, die in the same economic position they were born in. The reason we talk about rags to riches stories is because they are the exception, not the rule. Like I said, it may be motivation. She may not wanna live like that, so when her new age offspring bullier are born, being poor won't be ammunition used /view 200D. With her attitude, no doors will be opening for her. She's probably as dumb as a post anyway. Her most likely future is living in her mom's trailer with her 8 kids with 6 different fathers. 6 different fathers, all of whom are a brothel mayo. If racist you be, get no sympathy from me. Technically at _DB everybody sucks, because you know she started it doesn't make anyone look good, but I can't say I blame you for reacting this way. You tried solving it the right way. It didn't work. So even though you were an R2, you _re still NTA in this moment. Haha, well said. AABNTA, an asshole but not the asshole, should be a more common vote. So not all assholes suck. Yeah. But this sub's mods refuse to allow a justified asshole judgment. Like, you were wrong to do that. But it's worth a pass here because of other factors. Tahei. Fellow Chinese girl who was one of 5 in my year back in HS. Yes, what you said was below the belt. But you're a minor. Your adult school system failed you and failed to address the fact that this other ignorant minor is trying to make you into a public scapegoat for everyone's problems. Anytime covered causes an inconvenience for someone, from that point on, they're going to pin it on you. You had to stop that train as soon as she opened it up to be everyone's business. You've made your point. As long as you don't just default to hitting people below the belt like that every time you're in a conflict, I think it's fine. Play dumb games and win dumb prizes. Also, it gets better. The racists won't go away. I'm in the workforce now and still hear it. But your circle of friends and support will grow. Hang in there. The racists won't go away. A fact that makes me sad and angry. Definitely. I didn't want to give up false hope and say that it ever stops. But I will say that as you get older you will wear your identity more proudly and know yourself more and be more steadfast in that knowledge. It will be harder for them to shake you, much less break you. And even if you cry, because sometimes you will cry, you will have found your people who will hold you and dry your tears every time. I had struggles with depression and suicidal ideation, never acted on anything, but thought on sometimes felt life wasn't worth it. Some of which stemmed from navigating being a Chinese American. It will get better.